It's so interesting to just be standing here waiting for people to come on. I'm so excited to see there is someone already who's present here, and we will, we have about 2 more minutes before we begin at the top of the hour, so I'm applying some oils. I hope your week has been wonderful and exciting, and that you have been moving forward. Just decided to put Rose within my reach. So Rose was the one that I just chose to apply. In fact, I think I'm going to put it right under my nose so that I can be sure to smell it throughout this entire video. Thank you, all of you who are here early. And can you believe that it is the last day of March? Is anyone else surprised that the month has flown by so rapidly? Wow. Always new things coming in, and hopefully you're excited about what is coming in. I'm going to apply one more, my favorite blend of all. Give myself one more Believe shower before we get started. And that is my alarm that says that 11 o'clock is here, so we'll begin. So, happy Sunday for those of you in Asia and in the time zones where it is already Sunday morning, and happy Saturday night for the rest of you. So today we're going to talk more. This is our special series, our G.A.R.Y series, where we are growing actively, refining yourself or ourselves. It goes with the G.A.R.Y acronym for yourself. So as we gently today accept and respect yourself. Our focus being how many of you are actually accepting our challenge with the New Life Challenge. For those of you who have accepted the challenge and have joined our group, you know that it is an ongoing thing, and it began on February the 11th, or was it March? March 11th, excuse me, and goes straight through for 99 days till June the 11th, during which time we are all attempting to complete a refinement process daily for 30 consecutive days. Now, does it end in 30 days? Absolutely not. We just keep progressing. Does everyone complete it within those first 30 days? That would be a miracle. Truly, truly a miracle, because we all have times when things just aren't, things come up and we don't do what we planned to do or what we intended to do. So the idea is that we just resolve to begin again. So it's all about gently accepting and respecting yourself. Another G.A.R.Y-ism. So as we miss a day, what are we going to do to re-energize ourselves? Are we going to just stop and say, I failed? No one fails. Everything you did during whatever period you were attempting to work with your refinement list, every single day you have moved forward. So there is no stepping backward. It is always moving forward. Sometimes we have to readjust. I know Gary said that to me back in 2015 when he said, Francis, you know, sometimes we really do require an additional set of eyes to step back and keep us on course. So that's what this is all about. So what do I feel is the most important thing to do first? The most important thing to do first is to ground. And so I selected a whole bunch of grounding blends and oils today to talk about. You don't need to use every single one of them. You may choose to use a lot of them, because so often when we don't do those things that we're choosing to do, to bring into our lives, it is because we are not fully grounded. Now, to me, grounding means connecting with the source, the creator, and also being firmly grounded to the planet upon which we live, so that we have connections above and below. For me, it's not good enough to just have one, because when that happens, if I'm only connected up here, I am floating off in the vapors. So my first oil that I chose today was grounding. If you don't have grounding, that's okay. But I'm going to use the grounding, and I'm going to apply it. I'm only going to breathe it in once, or maybe twice, just intending to make that strong connection with the source through my crown chakra. Every single one of us has that ability to connect with the Creator, yourself, and to learn how to truly listen to the guidance that comes to you, because your guidance may be quite different from others' guidance. So therefore, it is important for you to develop your ability to understand the messages that the Creator is constantly sending to us. Now, I also like to ground from the base of my spine and also the bottoms of my feet. This gives me 3 options: grounding into the center of the earth, the very core of our planet, and to connect with the source that way as well. So what other oils did I choose? Well, sitting here right in front of me now is Northern Lights Black Spruce. Oh, the farm that Gary Young loved most, I think most of all. It was his crowning glory to develop that particular farm, the Northern Lights energy, the energy of the black spruce. And I chose black spruce today because for those of you who are using the Rainbow Healing cards, it anchors the 4th glyph, the glyph of compassion, the turquoise energy, nurturing of self, nurturing of others, and finding that perfect balance of giving and receiving. Most of us are not always in balance in that area. And it is important. Balance does not mean equal necessarily. It just means balance for that moment, the perfect combination and balance between giving and receiving. So many of us really were taught from a very early age that it's better to give than receive. And we may have forgotten, we may have felt guilty when we received. Do any of you remember feeling guilty when others did things, wonderfully nice things for you, and that difficulty in receiving, whether it's a gift or a compliment or whatever it is, something that nice that another does for you, that immediately we often think in terms of, oh, I have to do something back. I have to make this balanced. Whereas the important thing is that your giving, your receiving, your nurturing and compassion for self remains in balance at all times. Am I making any sense at all? So I also have another bunch of oils here. I have cedarwood, and it also anchors that authenticity glyph, as well as being a large tree that can help you to anchor to the earth. And cedarwood has been used throughout history for increasing brain function, for allowing us to open up to possibilities. And that's actually what we're doing when we're connecting and getting our own guidance. We're opening ourselves to new possibilities. So, another one that I picked up was that higher unity. Some of you may not have this. If you have the opportunity to get it, I hope you will take that up. To me, this is one of the most beautiful blends that G.A.R.Y ever created, a unique gift to each one of us. So, whatever you're choosing for your grounding process, the next thing that you might consider, I have my oils. Many of you may choose Valor. Valor is a wonderful grounding blend. I feel that gratitude is a key to moving forward. Being grateful for the fact that you are here in this moment. Being grateful for the fact that you have moved forward as far as you have, and that you have options for every single thing that you do. So gratitude is huge. Another thing is that I feel that it's very important for us to focus upon forgiveness. Forgiveness of ourselves. If we've missed that day in that 30-day challenge, it's not the end of the world. It just means we missed a day. And all of us do it. I will be traveling to Europe for the Diamond Retreat, and I know it's going to be difficult. I will probably miss a day of getting everything done. However, it doesn't mean it's disaster. It merely means I'll take a deep breath, forgive myself for having had that little misstep. Release. That's going to be my next one. In fact, release is one that I really have been using a lot over the past few weeks, because we all have expectations of ourselves, don't we? And sometimes we just don't live up to our expectations of ourselves or to what we believe others expect of us. Now, that's a key, because actually what others may expect, or what we think that others may expect, may be far from the reality of what will truly move us forward. So it is important for us to forgive ourselves for whatever we have or have not done. Remember that past, those things we did the very best that we could do at that moment. And we didn't intentionally make choices that would not move us forward. We made the best choices in that moment. So there's nothing to be upset about. There's no reason for guilt. How many of us carry around guilt? Oh, well, Guilt is huge. And guilt is what is going to stop us, to hold us back more than anything. So this forgiveness and release may be a combination you would choose to hold dearly and use quite a bit. If you don't happen to have forgiveness, the single oil of geranium anchors this energy of forgiveness, which is the very first glyph in the rainbow healing system. It is what begins everything, because until we get things started by unblocking, by getting rid of the blocks at the physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual levels, there's no way that we can truly move forward. Part of those blocks, a huge part of those blocks, are that guilt, that judgment of self. It can also be judgment of others, however, that isn't a whole nother thing. It is judgment of ourselves. So as we fully believe that we are refining and growing daily, we can learn to gently accept and respect ourselves. So my next blend that I selected for today is Journey On, because when we do have a little misstep, we just pick up where we left off and we journey on. So I'm going to apply a lot of this. I'm going to put it all over my arms, as a matter of fact, because it's something that we all can remind ourselves daily that this is a journey. It's not a once and you're done. It's not a yes, it's good, no, it's not good. It's merely a process, a refinement process. So as we do find that there are things that interfere with what we have resolved to do, we can intend to actively refocus. We can ground. Got another G.A.R.Y-ism today. Ground, actively refocusing yourself. Does that make sense? So, some of you may require a little more motivation. That's another great blend to use in this process. So whatever oils or blends you're choosing, just be gentle. Gently accept and respect yourself. And I challenge each one of you, as I'm going to take another believe shower, to believe in yourself, to ground actively, refocusing yourself, and to grow actively. Refine yourself daily in some way. Have a beautiful week of refinement, and I'll see you next week.